Okay, there is a lot of talk about producers stealing beats lately, and as a full-time music producer, here are the 3 ways that I'm preventing beat theft. If you get any value from this video, take a second to check out our website. You'll find tons of helpful production advice and products to help better your music career. I'll pin a comment with the link below. So tip number 1, I would argue that protecting your beats is more important now than it has ever been. And there are actually several easy ways to do this that most producers are currently neglecting. You want to register and copyright your beats before you sell them online. If an artist steals your beats and uploads them online without your consent, companies like YouTube will take it down, but only if you have the copyright proof. If you're a US producer, to do this, you can go to copyright.gov. You can actually register up to 10 unpublished works for only $85 an application. BeatStars has done some great panels discussing this issue. I'm gonna actually link those below. As a producer, these have been very helpful, and I'm gonna summarize what I've learned, but please do your own research. I'm not a lawyer. For BeatStars producers, if you think you are going to make more than $8.50 on your beats, then I think this is totally worth it. If not, you need to understand the consequences. People that prey on producers can easily look up if you've registered and copyrighted your beats. If not, they can see this as an opportunity to screw you over. With a copyright registration, you can prove that you have ownership. In order to be able to bring a copyright infringement suit in the US, one of the prerequisites is to register. If a Billboard selling producer tries to steal your beats and they blow up and you say, I'm gonna sue him, the first question that's gonna be asked is, do you have a registered copyright? If not, the other producer's lawyer can easily file a motion to dismiss this because they'll argue that you don't even have your song copyrighted in the first place. Registering your copyright is also important so that you are entitled to your statutory damages. If a producer steals your beat and then they sell it and it gets downloaded 10 million times, let's say, within that statute there is a formula that says for each infringement you get X amount of the money. This isn't the only way to secure the bag though, guys. You need to stick around for the last tip because it will bring home the most bucks. Side note here, there is an easy way to prove when your beat gets stolen. See that right there? That's my name written in audio, and I use that to secretly watermark my music. All I need to do is turn on a setting in FL Studio and I can prove if someone is using my beat or my loop. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to find out this setting and how to make your own watermark in FL Studio. The #1 way to going broke in the music industry is by signing a bad contract. So tip number 2 is find a good lawyer, because one of the biggest red flags producers need to look out for is this.
Producers, do not sign producer decks. A producer deck is what the label will send to you to try to get your clearance so that they can release a song quickly. This is always an incomplete document. It looks official, it is official, it comes from the label, but it'll say that the label will cover half of your advance, but it doesn't talk about your royalty, it doesn't talk about your publishing, it doesn't talk about your credit.
For those of you who don't understand contracts, this next part will show you how to protect yourself. To find a lawyer, you can actually start looking at your local bar. I don't mean that kind of bar.
Georgia, Florida, Texas, Tennessee, California, New York, those are the primary states for entertainment lawyers, right? And because that's where the primary areas of entertainment are. So you can start by contacting the state boards of the bar examiners, and they'll have attorney referrals.
As a full-time music producer, I can tell you the key to making money is in your contract. If you don't understand what you're signing, Kenny Beats is actually working on a solution for you. Kenny recently teamed up with Chartra to help producers get a contract done in 20 minutes for only $80. Kenny himself has been f***ed over, so this is a great way to give back to the community, at least I think.
I was getting f***ed over while I was in business class.
You know that you're getting f***ed over and you're still...
I'm learning it as we're going. I would read something in class and I'd be like, perpetuity. And I'd go look, oh my God. I remember there was one day I left Jeff Dorenfield's class, it was a management class. I went home and looked at my contract and I had given away all the rights to the beat for the rest of my life and all of the publishing and everything.
Okay, make sure you watch to the end because tip number 3 is going to shock most producers. It's an easy mistake and I see a lot of producers do this and it's so obvious once they recognize it. But the most important step to preventing beat theft is build real relationships. Working with people you don't actually know can lead to a ton of bad business. So build with producers you actually want to work with. You're gonna end up seeing better business in your career because of this. And if you watch this far, that means you probably make beats or loops. And if so, millions of producers have watched this video right here, and there is no better way to protect your beats than secretly watermarking them. So watch this video. Have you clicked it yet?